yes. This is a title. I saw this title and I almost went to watch this film because because I had an option to go see Springsteen. I had the option to go see Springsteen, and I was like, I'm not really feeling that. And I saw this film and I saw the cast and I saw the trailer, and it's one of these trailers that gives you the entire film. It gives you the entire film of the trailer. But it has Alison Williams. It's got Dave Franco. It's got Scott Eastwood. It's got an actress who I really like called Willa Fitzgerald. She played Roscoe in the first season of Reacher. And yeah, it's Willa Fitzgerald. It's got a young actress called McKenna Grace, who I haven't seen for a while, but was like the big young star, McKenna Grace. And I was just kind of like going, hang on, how do you get all these people in this film? What's going on here? And when I started watching the film, I just got this feeling. I was like, I think this is based on a book. I think this is based on a book, and it's based on one of those Nicholas Spark type books where you where you go there and you're going there not because you want to be challenged, not because you want to be told anything new about life. You're going there because you know what you want, and you know this is going to give you exactly what you want. And sure enough, this has been one of the most packed cinemas I have been in. When I went to watch this film, there were 2 seats left to actually book to go see the film. It was packed. It was absolutely packed. I've never heard of this book, but apparently it's a big thing. And it's directed by the guy who directed The Fault in Our Stars, which was another tear-jerky kind of like, young adult book adaptation and all that. But in this one, what you have, and it's a kind of film where you have two couples. And in the first 5 minutes, they give you a scene where two couples share a look that lets you know, okay, those are the two we want to get together, and whatever's going to happen, we're going to move heaven and earth, and we're going to use whatever plot to clear the decks for these two people to get together in a way that is non-problematic. That's what's going to happen. So it kicks off, and you meet Alison Williams, who plays a character called Morgan. She is with a guy called Chris, played by Scott Eastwood. She has a sister. This could get a bit complicated. Please try and follow me. She has a sister, I can't remember who her name is, but played by Willa Fitzgerald, who's going out with Dave Franco's, I don't know, let's call him Dave, I can't remember his name. And they are at university, it's like their final night together and everything like that, and then Alison Williams found out she's pregnant. They jump 17 years into the future. She is still with Chris. They have a 17-year-old daughter now, who is played by McKenna Grace. And you have the other two couples, which is her sister and her sister's boyfriend. They come round for a birthday party, everything like that, blah, blah, blah. Her sister has had a baby in this time. The baby's only about a year old. Her sister's about to go back from maternity leave. And then when her sister goes back to maternity leave, and on the first day back, she gets a call from the hospital saying, you need to come in, your husband's been involved in a car accident. She rushes in there she rushes into the hospital to go see, okay, what's up? I need to see my husband. What's going on? He was in a car accident. And as she's in the hospital, her sister's boyfriend runs into the hospital. And she's like, oh, thank you so much for coming. Did they tell you about Chris? He's like, what are you talking about Chris? I'm here about your sister. They told me that your sister was involved in a car accident. Turns out that her husband and her sister were in the same car when the car accident happened. Yes. Yes. Oh, no, indeed, Sharon. Her husband and the sister were in the same car, and it was her sister's car, and her husband was driving. When they had a car accident, they both die, and so the rest of the film is them going back and finding out about all this stuff of, okay, what was going on? Why were they in the same car? I mean, it takes an absolute Sherlock to figure out why. It took an absolute Sherlock to figure out, and then what they're going to do in it. And then, wouldn't you know it that he's had feelings for her ever since they were. I mean, it's not even a spoiler. You can figure out where this film is going. Like I essentially just gave my wife that synopsis, and she pretty much laid out the rest of the film for me without ever seeing a single frame of it. So it's that. And this film, as I was watching it, I was like, this film, it feels like somebody made this film knowing that this was going to be a hit, whatever happened, so they didn't have to try too hard.
Yeah.
The storytelling is kind of like, it's a bit like, the first Harry Potter, when they made the first Harry Potter film, and they were like, let's just put the book on screen exactly every single bit as it goes because it's gonna be a hit. What are we gonna do? The people who are gonna watch this, they don't want you to do anything funky with the timeline. They don't want you to do anything weird with the way you film it. They just want the book on the film, on the screen. And I think that is exactly what they've given you. I feel like this is a holiday read of a novel without reading the novel. It's an absolute holiday read. You know what you're gonna get. The people who you root for, you want to root for them, and they have made the people that they've made the people who you might be they've made the people who you might be who might be in the way of this, or they've made the things, the people who they might be betraying, they've made despicable, so it's easy for these two people to get
Yeah.
together.
Just die.
Yeah.
Die and move on.
Exactly. So, well, and a question that my wife asked me when I was telling her the story about this, she was like, "What's the point of the 17-year-old daughter? Because that's not the story we're interested in." And I was like, that is a good point. That is a good point. What is the point of the 17-year-old daughter? The 17-year-old daughter has some stuff in there to do, and it's all about how she loved her aunt and she loved her dad, and whether her mom is going to tell her about what's going on because. But if you watch the trailer for this film, you've seen the whole film. You know what's going to happen. You know what? There's some things that are not in the trailer. There's a little bit with Clancy. Yeah, it's got Clancy Brown in it. Clancy Brown. Yeah, I know. I know. Clancy Brown shows up as a grandpa with cancer, and.
Oh,
And it's like, you're like, they got a lot. I feel like what happened is that all these people knew, look, we don't have to work too hard. We're probably
make a
gonna
lot
get
of
it.
money.
Yeah, we're gonna make some money. We're gonna get a hit on the CVs. And sure enough, Dave Franco, Alison Williams, and McKenna Grace are down as executive producers, so they're getting a cut of whatever this film makes.
Yeah,
So
and they got the most lines.
yeah, so I'm kind of like, I'm all for that. I'm all like, yeah, cool, good. And my opinion about this film is irrelevant because it looks like it's going to make all the money. So judging by this screening in Birmingham, where if you can pack out a screening in Birmingham with a whole bunch of young, mostly women, who were going, at things that I thought were blindingly obvious. I'm like, okay, cool, you've done something here. You've done something here. Take your money, be happy with yourself. Use it for something good. But this, at best, is a 2-star film.
It